Chargers grab the 7-0 lead.
Is good. Makes the score Chargers 7, Washington 0.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right? Good field position means go ahead and attack on offense. Try and press the advantage a little bit. They just have to be better with the football on this possession.
So that didn't bother you too much last time?
No, because it's exactly what you're supposed to do. You can't have good field position, not try to take advantage of it. Sometimes the defense makes a good play, too.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Throwing again. Haskins. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
They've given him some different looks here defensively in the early going. He's only hit 2 of his first 5 passes. With a big 3rd down coming up, he's hoping he's got a play dialed up that can take advantage of whatever the defense throws at him.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Out of the shotgun, Haskins into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick six and a Charger TD. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visit. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Oski, that's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis. And they'll work from the 29 on 2nd and 6.
9-yard line.
Now Haskins. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got him. And able to get this one across the 45 before he... Brought down.
Complete to Terry McLaurin. A gain of 18 on the play. 1st down, Washington.
Now they try the right side here. And he works his way forward for about 4 up to the midfield stripe.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. From midfield now, Haskins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
It's
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
They go play action now. Haskins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
So on fourth down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep, Patrick Peterson. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. This is fielded at the 7. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. Herbert going to lead up the Chargers here, 1st and 10. Right at the 30. He'll set up to throw from the gun. He rifles one, it's intercepted. Picked up by Fabian Moreau. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick 6 for a Washington touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And his kick is good.
Makes the score Chargers 14, Washington 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6, and now the kick is away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Flush to his right. Now he'll let this one go deep, right sideline. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
Whenever you see a quarterback break contain, just think to yourself, the receivers on that side of the field, their number one job, make sure they get in his sight line so he can try and find someone downfield. Guys on the backside, make sure you don't give up the deep ball. They tried it there. They weren't able to connect.
He's going to go up top again. It's caught inside the 25. And he'll get inside of Washington's 15 before being taken down. A big play on 3rd down for the Chargers. 63 yards. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Chargers, they're able to widen their lead. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Chargers 21, Washington 7.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over.
And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete.
The scoreboard tells a story for him, a little bit bleak, and while it's not quite desperation time yet, it's definitely getting close, but the defense reads the scoreboard as well. They're going to back up and make them really earn it.
And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, so far in this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Haskins. And that will be incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Plays and out. It's 4th down.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. And now the Chargers are going to look up here and signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll indeed go for it with Haskins. He's going to look deep down and got his man complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 4th down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the sticks make a drastic shift forward. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Again, it's Haskins. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line.
10 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and
in need of only about the length of the football here on 2nd down. Haskins going to throw again. And this is taken in for a Washington touchdown.
To number 19.
And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Chargers 21, Washington 14.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
At their own 17-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match than a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 20-yard line.
Second and 7 from the 20. Here's Herbert. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 3.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports.
Chargers 21, Washington 14.
The coverage unit out there thinking pass on 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, Herbert. Space to maneuver at the 40. Wide open. It's out and complete. Allen's first catch. Good for a first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Herbert on first down now. Looking for Allen. He's got him on the slant. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. That'll line up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Herbert will give this one to Eckler. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before it crosses over out of bounds. That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
Chargers, first down. 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. They'll run here with Eckler. And he's brought down. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last two plays.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
And they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Justin Herbert, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers find a way to stretch their lead. And they wasted no time right down near the goal line, and they just sneak it in.
Just do what you need to do. Big guys going up front. Have the field general, the leader, just falling behind him.
Gostkowski the extra point, and the lead now up to 14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On the play.
It shows you right there, he can do more than just cover in the secondary from that free safety position.
Yeah, the evolution of the position has really been significant, hasn't it? Because a lot of teams no longer have a free safety, strong safety designation. They just have safeties. So wherever the ball is, one can be close to the line of scrimmage, one can be deep, and vice versa. On that play, how about that tackle we just saw? Pretty nice.
Give them 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Haskins to throw it. And he'll find Hall. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Haskins looking to throw on first down. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Another strong gain on the last two plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. On play action. Haskins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They go play action with Haskins. Eluding the pressure right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. I think you'd agree that looked like the right call from up here.
No doubt about it. What everyone has to understand is that the officials are going to be right on the play each and every time. You may not like the call, but they're usually spot on.
So now a fresh set of downs, 1st and 10 after roughing the passer. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Got a man, it's Gibson, complete. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Touchdown.
A 14-yard touchdown.
And Washington able to make this a close game again.
On for the extra point.
CD, it seemed like they were so focused on the guys out wide, they forgot about him out of the backfield.
That's a really good point because you've got to communicate, and oftentimes when you start counting receivers, that's exactly what you do. You start from the widest receiver, work your way inside. Who gets lost sometimes? The back in the backfield. That's exactly what happened there.
And he got into the end zone. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
On 2nd down, Eckler. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert. He's going to look for Allen now on the deep ball. He's got a man, complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A 1st down and then some, 36 yards. Coming up at halftime, I'll go from one personality, that's you, Charles Davis, to another one in Orlando, the coach. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL. Man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Keenan Allen, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Chargers are going to add on to their lead. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead.
Makes the score, Chargers 35, Washington 21.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
And they're hoping to redo their efforts of the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Now it's Haskins. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And this is caught at the 20. Touchdown, Washington.
Complete to
Terry McLaurin, 55 yards. And Washington able to come up with a quick strike touchdown.
Dustin Hopkins on
As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. Taken about 7 yards deep. Penalty markers down on the field. Yeah, they might be backing up a bit here to start the drive. That holding call set him up with not great field position.
Not at all when you tack on the penalty. With that field position after the return wasn't terrific, it's not a great starting field position as well.
A very costly holding penalty. It backs them up all the way inside their 10 to start this drive. And a short gain here across the 10 to the 12.
The ball carrier.
Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
Contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Fielded at the 43. 42 yards on the punt, just 2 on the return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And we have seen a lot on the scoreboard here in this quarter. So sometimes you talk to me about tendency breakers on offense. These defenses struggling. Are there tendency breakers on defense?
All defensive coordinators keep something in their hip pocket for these types of situations. What can we do to slow down the onslaught? But the biggest thing is making sure these guys encourage each other, pick themselves up, because right now, it's been a really tough ball game trying to stop these offenses.
Oh, it really has, especially as of late. His throw incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Here's Haskins out of the gun. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first.
Now 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. Haskins slings this deep from the clip. This is caught inside the 15. And he'll be taken down deep into Charger territory. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we are off to Orlando now to check in with Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? Fielded in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
At their own 18-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
Once more, here's Eckler. Gets this to the 24 for a gain of 4.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Herbert on third down now. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And he will bring this one back. It is a pick-6 for a Washington touchdown.
Partner, I know it's hard to believe, but sometimes guys who are built with the dimension of linebackers can actually get lost from sight by the quarterback.
Well, they're usually not the tallest guys.
So, yeah, that allows them sometimes to kind of hide down in there, kind of get a little bit lower, and maybe he just never saw him. But, boy, he sure wishes he had. He picked it off and ran it all the way back for a touchdown.
So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And only able to get this to the 19, so it probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Fresh off of 6 the other way, it's Herbert. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. Fair to say the secondary play, whichever side you're on, hasn't really been a glowing exhibition so far, but a nice job there to prevent a long completion.
I agree with you, but at some point, someone had to make a play and try and stop this exhibition of almost speed racing that we've been watching, huh?
Yeah, it has been quarterback and receiver dominated. That'll throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards the pickup there.
At the 42-yard line.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
Stepping up, he's going to keep it.
Celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They're backed up here with a 1st and 20 now after the holding penalty. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked, but instead they'll keep it on second down.
I like what they did there because many of the deep throws we see in the course of a game come to the outside, the perimeter of the field. In this case, they used the slot receiver to run deep downfield and tried to connect that way. Unsuccessful in that attempt, but I like what they were doing.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for second down. Allen has it, left side. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
To Keenan Allen. 11 yards on the play. It's now third down and 9.
An extra man here in the secondary for Washington on third down.
Herbert back to the air. Herbert, his third interception. Picked up by Landon Collins. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
At their own 35-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense.
First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
It'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
Flushed out right, and that's incomplete.
So I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. From the gun, it's Haskins. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first.
Complete to Stevenson.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Now Haskins on first down. They'll get this to his tight end. It's Jonnu Smith. And he almost made it, but just short. Finally out of bounds, right down around the goal line.
Big yardage that time for Washington.
52 yards. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did. No gain on the play, and it's going to be 2nd and goal.
Leads to
they're right there at the 1. No gain, but don't let that stop you. Line back up and keep going at them. If I'm them, I'm thinking about going at it 4 straight times.
And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown on the season.
And Washington has taken the lead.
And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes this Washington 42. Chargers 35.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, we were having a tough patch. This too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
An extra man in the secondary for Washington on 3rd down.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. With the left side, and it's complete. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. Well, they were in search of a short gain on 3rd down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. From the 50, here's Herbert. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory.
First and goal at the 5-yard.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him 4 on the carry there at second and goal.
And Brandon, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
Officially no gain on the sneak, kind of a wasted play there, and now it's third down. Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, but they trail here as we get going in quarter number 4. A big play forthcoming. Here's third and goal. Try to punch it in with Eckler. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers. Austin Eckler with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Chargers are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Gostkowski for the point after. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. At 42 all. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. This is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me. I'm going to keep firing.
Here's Haskins, a quick throw out wide. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to him? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
2nd and 5 now. Haskins. Smith catches left side. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very accurate. The ball's getting to the right place. Guys are making yardage after the catch to help you out that way. I mean, the whole team has picked it up. And don't forget, that means the offensive line has had to pass protect pretty well, too.
Yeah, everyone dialed in. They go play action now. Haskins. Incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40. To throw again. Haskins. Over the middle to Smith. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers 17-yard line. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
First down, Washington.
So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Haskins on first down. Dancing to his left.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Haskins. And that'll be
incomplete. This drive, which was going so smoothly, all of a sudden it's a little bit of a roadblock here with 2 straight incompletions.
Yeah, apparently this defense has had enough. Apparently they're saying no more. We're taking a stand right here, right now. But it is 3rd and 10. They've got to get after him one more time.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. Escaping the pressure right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The sack by big number 98, Linval Joseph. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
42.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Charger drive about to get going. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ballgame. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Here's Herbert. Throws left side, complete to Keenan Allen. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. It's a first down on a gain of 10. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
On the ground, it's Eckler. And it's Reuben Foster in on the tackle.
Eckler is the ball carrier.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, Herbert. And he will find his man on the outside. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
5-yard line.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. Now Eckler. And he stopped immediately there.
Austin.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Montez Sweat.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Justin Herbert looking to throw on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Joe Reed, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers are going to retake the lead. Extra point try for Gostkowski. And that will make this a 4-point game.
Makes the score Chargers 49, Washington 45.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this carries into the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
5-yard line.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So from Charger territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Well, that one sailed a bit, but the catch is still made.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. Able to get 7 on that 1st down pass play. 2nd and 3. Throwing now is Haskins. Flush to his right. And he'll find Hall. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
They'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. It's Smith. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. 25 yards that time. Well, I guess at the very least they got the tackle from keeping him out of the end zone.
Yeah, you're looking for that silver lining, aren't you? But guess what? Everything changes now after that big play. They've got a chance to strike.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
At the 6-yard line.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Now it's Haskins. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
Wow, I know it's a never-say-never situation. But to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but not. You got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee and they'll put it out to the 25. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Now it's Herbert. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Chargers going to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. I tell you, the life of a kicker. He has not been called on the entire game. He's over there by the net, but they send him out here in the fourth quarter and say, hey, go tie the game, will you? And guess what? He comes through.
I just don't know how they do it. I really don't. These cats are a different breed from you and me. That's a pressure kick, but that one was never in doubt.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. A tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Play action. Haskins airing it out deep for Smith. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Kenneth Murray. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Pass. Intercepted. The Chargers take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And they'll get this to Antonio Gibson complete. The completion, but they go in the wrong direction. A loss of yards, and now they're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Behind the line of scrimmage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Out of the shotgun, Haskins. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Smith.
Haskins pass.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. A little dinking and dunking that they're doing. At some point, is it appropriate to maybe take a shot?
It is if you feel good about it. But otherwise, you do what a coach told me a long time ago. Take what they give you, but make them tackle. In other words, get it to one of your guys in space. If you make someone miss, that could turn into the big play you're looking for.
That's going to set them back 5 yards. After the delay, they're backed up even further for 3rd and long. Throwing again, here's Haskins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. That'll put him over 150 yards receiving now. Quite a ball game and a first down. From midfield now, Haskins. This is brought in by Gibson. And he's got this down to 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
A gain of
His padding is already great numbers here in overtime. More importantly, though, moving his guys downfield.
And I think that's exactly what's going through his head right now. Moving them downfield, putting them in a position to win the game. The stats, that's for the fantasy guys. I know they're enjoying that show.
The throw by Haskins complete to McLaurin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, he'll hand this off. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage.
Jerry Tillery.
No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
No gain.
Here's 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's Haskins out of the gun. Looking for his running back, and he's got it.
Haskins.
Now a second timeout called for by the defense. They'll be left with just one remaining here at OT. I don't want to overhype it, but this is a big early season game, especially an overtime win. That could give you a big boost going forward in the season.
It certainly can, and I don't think you're overhyping it because cliches go out the window when you start to play overtime. And you're right, the winner of this game now,
he is in for the score! And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one,